Well, that's one way you can lose your Roaring Moon and your Psychic Answers immediately. Today, we're going to be trying out David Koutesh's really crazy Sun team featuring Paradox Pokemon like Tera, Fire, Roaring Moon, as well as the Assault Vest Bellibolt. And I don't know how he keeps making these crazy teams, but it made day 2 at the Bochum Regional Championship, and I'm excited to try it out and see how it goes. This team features Paradox Pokemon boosted by Torkoal's Drought. Clear Amulet Roaring Moon is really neat with the ability to ignore Intimidate and Icy Wind speed drops from Iron Bundle, and with the Tera Blast can do massive damage in the sun. Also resists Flutter Mane's Fairy type moves as well. Taunt Great Tusk to help against Trick Room, with Tera Grass to help against Amoonguss Redirection. Choice Specs Flutter Mane that does a lot of damage and can outspeed non-booster energy Iron Bundle with the Sunlight. Air Balloon Arcanine to help against Great Tusk, as this team doesn't have many ground switches as you can see, and Bellibolt to take attacks with the Assault Vest and stall Trick Room turns. Common game plans involve leading the Torkoal immediately with the Paradox Pokemon for the Sun, or leading 2 Paradox Pokemon and swapping into Torkoal depending on the board state to gain important boosts for knockout or strong damage. If you would like to check out the creator or the details of the team, they'll be linked in the description. Okay, NDD, Armorage, Talonflame, Flutter Mane, plus the Great Tusk and Dragonite rocking out here. So we have Side Spam with a Tailwind offensive mode. We've seen this a lot more, especially with Alfredo being able to get top 8 at the OCIC, being the best Side Spam player there. And we've seen like these kind of like hybrid Side Spam options that you see here, because you have to deal with 2 modes and it can be really annoying. So what do I want to go here as a lead? I like Roaring Moon a lot here. I like Roaring Moon a lot, so I am going to bring the Roaring Moon, I think. It's pretty decent into my opponent's team, except I do have to watch out for that Great Tusk. The Great Tusk is a concerning Pokemon, and I mean very concerning. I think it's Roaring Moon Flutter Mane here. I think it covers mid-grounds if they lead Talonflame, Great Tusk, and NDD plus Armorage. Otherwise, I would have to commit, and I have no idea like what is the best option here. I'm gonna go for this combination, and in the back it's Arcanine, I think, for the Intimidate. I really want to bring the Sun, but it also benefits them. It's not like super solid to us. I think that Bellibolt might be a play here, but I just don't know if they're going the offense mode or not. That's my question. Although Bellibolt could probably take like maybe 1 Expanding Force, and maybe 2 even. I don't know, maybe I'm being super hopeful, but Bellibolt could. I figure like Bellibolt just is able to maybe be useful, because if they go for Trick Room, like if they go for the Tailwind lead and then get Trick Room up in the late game, I think Bellibolt could maybe put on pressure, especially with Muddy Water onto Armorage. So we're gonna see Talonflame plus Flutter Mane, looks like. Yep, okay. So we do lead our Roaring Moon and Flutter Mane combination. This is probably a pretty safe. I mean, I think I'd rather Throat Chop here to Flutter Mane. Yeah, no, I like to Throat Chop the Flutter Mane here. No, because if it Tera Fairies, that's awful. No, I would rather just Tera Blast at this point. Yeah, Tera Blast you. Hard swap into Bellibolt, I think. The Entity Armorage could be a little bit tricky, but I think it's playable. We'll find out. Gonna bring out the Bellibolt here. It's gonna get charged from, I imagine, a Dazzling Gleam. Shadow Ball is perfectly acceptable here. I imagine that this is either Tailwind Shadow Ball, Tailwind Gleam. I think both of those make a lot of sense. If they want to go for like the Brave Bird Dazzling Gleam combination into the Flare Mane for the Speed Tide, that's definitely a possibility. We'll see. Bring out the Roaring Moon. I think this covers like I think Bellibolt just covers a lot of plays. We're gonna see a Tera actually coming out from the Flutter Mane, looks like. So it is slow on the Flutter Mane. Okay. Air Fairy makes sense. Okay. So what is the Talonflame going for? Is it Tailwind? I'd imagine it's Tailwind if you're a slower Flutter Mane. Yeah, okay. And I feel like Tera Fairy, it's either a defensive play or it's because they're going for Gleam. They do go for Gleam, yeah. So it's gonna hurt. Bellibolt is able to take it really well, as well as the Roaring Moon. Nice, okay. So here comes the Tera Blast into the Flutter Mane. Not bad damage. It's not a knockout, which is a little bit concerning, but it's still playable. All right, we protect Roaring Moon here, and we're gonna go for a. Do I want to protect Parabolic Charge? I could also see myself trying to go Arcanine here, because if they have Great Tusk in the back, I'm trying to figure out how do I play around the Great Tusk. I think my play. No, I think my play is actually just to protect and Muddy Water. Yeah. I'm going to protect Muddy Water because I could see Talonflame going to Great Tusk for offense and then a Gleam here. Or Shadow Ball into the Roaring Moon. I think both make a lot of sense here. So I'm hoping Muddy Water could maybe put the... Okay, so they stay in. I could have Parabolic Charge, which is really unfortunate here. Okay. Go for a Flare Blitz. Oh, boy. Bellibolt survives. It's the boost, but it's not going to matter because I didn't click an electric move. Is this Gleam? Did play on their part. Okay. Although Flutter Mane is in extreme speed range, so this isn't nearly as bad as I think it could have been. Okay, yeah, this is not as bad as it could have been. It depends on if it's Entity plus Armor Rouge in the back, though, or if it's the Great Tusk here. I think both make sense here, and I'm just going to have to read it, unfortunately. I am going to go out into Arcanine. And I just got to go for the extreme speed. I don't really have another play, unfortunately. So we're going to go for a Throat Chop into the Talonflame because it covers for the Entity switch, and we're going to go for an extreme speed into the Flutter Mane here. I'm really curious on the last two because if it is Entity Armor Rouge, we're in for a rough time. But if it's not, we actually have like an okay chance. I think this is going to be a little bit tricky. They already used Tera though, which is really nice, and we also know that my Roaring Moon is faster than their Flutter Mane, which is actually really important information. So it might be choice specs on the Flutter Mane. Oh, okay. We get an extreme speed off. KO the Flutter Mane. Beautiful. All right. Moment of Truth is yours. Double knockout's pretty bad if there is a double knockout here. Braver going to come out into the Arcanine to break the balloon. So that's screaming to me roaring or Great Tusk here. Throat Chop. We don't knock out the Talonflame, but that actually might be better for us because we can extreme speed pin to knock out the following. We're going to see the Great Tusk. Okay, wait, hold on. I like this position. I like this a lot. Okay, so what's our last if it's not... It has to be Dragonite then. Okay, Dragonite. I think we're fine. So we're going to protect our Roaring Moon here. And we're going to go for extreme speed into the Great Tusk. And the reason we're doing this is because Talonflame retreats. That's fine. This is Dragonite. Perfect. Okay. That's really good here. So I'm protected here. So last turn, Tailwind. I'm breaking their Sash on the Great Tusk. I wasn't expecting the Dragonite switch, but this still works out really well for us. Because it's Earthquake here. Going to knock out my Arcanine, but the Dazzling Gleam is going to be able to clean up, I think, this combination, especially with Breaking Swipe afterward. So Arcanine goes down. Actually, maybe... depends on how bulky this Dragonite is, because if it's multi-scale, I'm a little bit concerned. I think I actually should Moonblast here. I do think I should Moonblast, actually. Is that a throw, potentially? I think I have to just call... this is the problem. I just don't know the Dragonite set. Gleam plus Moonblast would do a lot here. But if it's multi-scale, I'm screwed. I think Breaking Swipe plus Moonblast still gives me a decent shot here. Because I might live an Earthquake too if they do go for the Earthquake with Great Tusk. And I think they're only... Okay. Moonblast into the Dragonites does almost pick up the knockout. I think Gleam wouldn't have. Breaking Swipe here. This is really important. Do I get the KO? Oh, wait. The next turn is also kind of crucial. God dang it. Oh, they did go for Earthquake. Hold on. Survive. They crit me. Oh, that's such an unfortunate crit. I mean, the game was not over. It was still like winnable for my opponent too, but that crit just screws me out. Maybe they thought I had Tailwind on the Roaring Moon. I didn't have Tailwind, unfortunately. Yeah, because the Flutter Mane did outspeed. The only problem is I still have to read if like there was Protect on the Roaring Moon or not. Yeah. Let's see if I'm faster than Talonflame. It probably just outspeeds. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. I felt like I had a pretty decent endgame solution. Although, ironically, Extreme Speed and the Talonflame was better in that situation. Maybe I should have. Because if it was Dragonite endgame, I guess I should have Extreme Speed and the Talonflame because I break the multi-scale and then I could just Dazzling Gleam Breaking Swipe. So even though I did want to break the Sash, when I think about it, I was probably clicking Breaking Swipe in most situations there anyway. Murkrow Annihilate, but Golden Go Plus mouse hold into the orange. Really? It's like lead. You have the Murkrow go from Series 1. You have the mouse hold annihilate combination. Then you got the into the orange. What the heck, man? Okay. My lead is probably Great Tusk. Great Tusk is just a great lead here. And yep, it is a great lead here. It just puts on so much pressure immediately. And this is where I can get a little bit awkward because I'm not 100% certain. I do really like my Roaring Moon here against the Psy Spam. I'm trying to figure out... I think it's Arcanine here, probably, right? I think it's Arcanine here. Because... I mean, Earthquake Flare Blitz... Well, I don't have Earthquake, actually. I'm Stone Edge Headlong Rush. I guess it's a little bit awkward. I'm trying to think of a lead if I can cover for everything. I think I can. I'm pretty sure Roaring Moon plus Great Tusk is actually a pretty solid lead here. And in the back, I want to say it's Flutter Mane Torkoal again. The problem is boosting up the Armourouge, which I'm a little bit concerned about, but the Arcanine doesn't do anything here other than maybe beating the Golden Go, but powering up the Annihilate sounds awful. And this Torkoal should be able to take attacks a bit better. I could have seen Bellibolt being brought here. I think Bellibolt definitely could have had potential, but I mean, it's a lot harder to bring than I think it's worth. I just don't know if they're gonna go Tailwind or Trick Room against my team because it's just like super weird. I think they're bringing Armourouge into the... I just don't know if they're actually going to try to set up Trick Room or not because they could go for a Tailwind mode. We are going to see the into the Armourouge lead, which is not too surprising. We're going to lead the Roaring Moon into Great Tusk here. Okay. And I'm going to go for a taunt here into the Indeedee. And I think we're going to go for a Throat Chop into the Armourouge. I think it's pretty safe overall. I don't want to KO the Indeedee just yet. And I think this is probably just Follow Me Trick Room. I kind of want to leave the Indeedee around on the field because it's not really doing too much right now. So... we're going to see a Tera immediately from my opponent, actually. So this is going to be Tera Armourouge. What are you going for? Tera Fairy. Okay. Wait, this could be really bad. Throat Chop into the Armourouge. It's not doing anything, unfortunately. No, weak armor. Taunt does come out to Indeedee. Okay, where are the attacks going? That's my question. Did you double up? Well, that's one way you can lose your Roaring Moon and your Psychic answers immediately. I don't think it's too bad if the Indeedee clicked Trick Room. If it clicked Psychic, we're in a really bad spot. Okay. Okay. Playable? Oh boy, this gets so much more rough. I think it's Flutter Mane. You know what? Yeah, I think it's Flutter Mane here. Oh, geez, that is so rough. The fact that it had to have like the one set for the Roaring Moon option. Okay. We Headlong Rush here a slot. Probably Headlong Rush Dazzling Gleam. Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna Headlong Rush and I'm gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam here. Oh boy. Because I need to make sure that I can actually KO the Armourouge. They probably just Psychic here and attack. If they protect Armourouge, we're in trouble. But I don't think they do, right? They have to have Expanding Force. They should have... we already saw Terra Blast. They should have Armor Cannon or Heat Wave, one of the two. If it's no Trick Room, if it's Protect only, then it's concerning. But I don't think it would be that set yet. We're able to get a lot of damage into Armourouge. And a Headlong Rush into the Armourouge will pick up the KO. Okay. This end game's still very tricky though. I mean, very tricky. We are going to eliminate the Armourouge. So we have a shot, but I have no idea what's in the back waiting for us. We're going to see a Dazzling Gleam going to come out. They already tear it, so Annihilate is nowhere near scary as it could be. What's their final mon? If it's like the Mouse Hold Annihilate combination, I'm very happy because then we probably just go Torkoal. Actually, no, Torkoal doesn't do anything here. Yeah, because we're speed boost, not special attack boost. If we were special attack boost, we would go absolutely insane with the Flutter Mane. We're going to see. I think that's the mouse hold, though. Okay. I'm okay with this because I think that Torkoal is still always to play here and just firing off Dazzling Gleams because they don't have any offensive pressure into the Flutter Mane. And I might as well just keep the Great Tusk alive, I think, because I don't see a reason not to just like have it still. They can't hard switch Annihilate on the Dazzling Gleam. They'd be in such a rough position. So unless it's Golden Go back, which is like the only Pokemon that actually does give me a concern. I think we'll be okay. We'll go Torkoal. Although maybe I should have kept Torkoal healthy to help out against the Annihilate. Although I really like the idea of Headlong Rush. Dazzling Gleam should two-shot the Mouse Hold, and then we have like Headlong Rush pressure against the Entity. No, I think we're still in a better position this way. Are we going to see the Follow Me come out? Okay. And Dazzling Gleam should two-shot the mouse. Oh, wow. Wait, it doesn't. That's bulky. Dazzling Gleam going to come out. Okay. That's actually... That makes me look so good. It's like if I click Psychic, but yeah, that actually works out huge for me. Helping Hand does pick up the knockout into the mouse hold. They can't really Trick Room because everything that could get Trick Room is like vulnerable to Torkoal. So I think I just Helping Hand my Flutter Mane here, which I do, and go for a Dazzling Gleam. And yeah, that does seem like the play here. Okay. So we'll find out if this is going to be the case, but I'm hoping to get the knockout the mouse hold here. If it stays in, that's okay. Yeah, it would be okay if it protects, that's okay. Because Entity can't pick up a knockout here. That's the big thing about them right now. Helping Hand going to come out from the Torkoal. Going to boost this Flutter Mane. This is Choice Specs Dazzling Gleam. I did have Tera, didn't I? I guess I could have Tera'd right here. I don't think it's necessary to win. I might regret it, though. We'll find out. Going to be Psychic. Okay, we're fine. Into Torkoal. Critical hits. We do have a Citrus Berry at least to activate. I don't know. What's his last mod? It has to be Annihilate, right? I think it has to be. That's kind of silly, though. I could have went for the Tera right here. Tera would have been great here. We're going to see the Annihilate here. Yeah, okay. But, I mean, at this point, they don't have Tera because they Tera turn 1, and that's kind of weakness of going for a turn 1 Tera. But we have a Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam from a Choice Specs Flutter Mane. You are not surviving this one, my friend. Also, I should have just done this last turn. I don't know, because like any other back Pokemon was like, oh, it lost to either Flutter Mane or lost to Torkoal anyway without the Tera. So there was really just no point of like not tearing the Flutter Mane here and go for Helping Hand, Dazzling Gleam. So this is what exactly I'm going to do here. And we're going to obliterate the Entity as well as the Annihilate right here. So if this Annihilate survives, I'll be super amazed, but it would be in range of Great Tusk at that point. And yeah, goodbye Entity, goodbye Annihilate, and that is a solid game. So Torkoal with that Helping Hand really being able to pressure. The Flutter Mane was super speed, so even if there was like a Tailwind, for instance, they had to be like max speed Annihilate to, I think, even outspeed the Flutter Mane. But yeah, super, super nice victory. Tinkaton, Golden Go, Pelipper, Dreadnought, Iron Hands, and Excalibur. Okay, so Double Steel Rain. This looks like Series 1 more, and then it's just the Iron Hands. Kind of like the Palafin Rain team that Gavin used to win the International Championship in Oceania, but like, I mean, it was definitely not Double Steel and Dreadnought. But I want to go because it's Rain versus Sun. What's really cool is Bellibolt's actually really good here. Like, against this team, Bellibolt does extremely well. So, didn't think I would really say that, but I think Flutter Mane here is really solid here as a lead. I like Flutter Mane plus the Bellibolt here. I think it's really, really solid into my opponent's team. Then the back is kind of interesting. I think I bring Great Tusk here because Great Tusk is really good. There's Double Steel plus Iron Hands. The Pelipper is a little bit concerning, but I think Bellibolt can definitely shine here a lot. And then I think Torkoal is the last mon because it is the Sun Mirror. My biggest concern is going to be the Excalibur because Excalibur will be pretty threatening with the Icicle Spear. However, with Torkoal as a switch in, should be playable, and also I might have to force it to Tera because of the fact that we have Choice Specs Flutter Mane as a huge component right here, and it's the main reason why I'm bringing it. It's because it just does so much damage to the team. Dreadnought plus the Excalibur. Okay, not too surprising. We will lead our Bellibolt plus Flutter Mane combination right here, and we have a few options. Dazzling Gleam looks really good to me right here, and hard switching the Bellibolt and a Torkoal to cover for a Pelipper switch for either position, which isn't awful to me. My only concern is I am put in a really rough spot if they just protected Dreadnought, Tera with the Excalibur, and go for the KO on the Flutter Mane. Although this Flutter Mane does have some decent bulk, so let's go for a Dazzling Gleam here. And I don't know if the Dreadnought switches out in the Pelipper. That's my concern. I don't think you do. You know what? I don't think you do. I'm going to Thunderbolt here into the Dreadnought. Now you might be thinking, why am I Thunderbolting the Dreadnought? It's because I don't expect the Pelipper to come in right now. The reason I don't expect the Pelipper to come in right now is because you'd be put in a really weird spot the next turn. It is Tera Poison Baxcalibur, which is not too surprising. It's the it's the Baxcalibur typing that Gavin used to win Oceania. And yeah, like something like a Protect here and an Icicle Spear seems super safe for the most part. I think I might live 4 hits, but I don't know if I'll live 5. So that's a concern here. Gonna be able to get a Dazzling Gleam off into the Baxcalibur, and the Icicle Spear is gonna come out right here. Ooh, I don't think I lived the 4 hits. There is defensive SP on this Fluttermane, but it looks like it's not enough. Okay. So that's a bit concerning, but it's still a playable matchup. So we will go for a Thunderbolt into the Baxcalibur. Actually, some pretty solid damage. Ooh, good para. Good para. Okay. So I like the Great Tusk here. Oh, man. Yeah, I like the Great Tusk here. Great Tusk is super solid. I'm going to go for a Headlong Rush into the Baxcalibur, and I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into the Dreadnought, I think. Do I want a Tera? I don't think I might want a Parabolic Charge, actually. You know what? Yeah, I Parabolic Charge here. I don't think the para really matters on the Baxcalibur unless they go for a super hard read of Ice Shard, but I think Pelipper might come in for one of these slots, which I think makes a lot of sense here. I'm going to just Parabolic Charge and Headlong Rush. I think Pelipper might be coming in for that slot. That's really good for me. That's really good for me. Okay. Is this Ice Shard or Protect? Either one is really good for me. Ice Shard. Okay, perfect. This is probably like... I could have went for the Parabolic Charge plus the Close Combat into the Dreadnought slot, which I considered, but I think this is still really solid because I'm able to eliminate the Baxcalibur, so no more Teras. I have Torkoal as a switch, so if they go Dreadnought, like, I have Torkoal as a play. Parabolic Charge. I didn't want to take like a Liquidation Pelipper switch into Bellibolt and take so much damage, so I think Parabolic Charge was just always the play. It also covered like whatever Pelipper was switching into, really. So fantastic, fantastic, really solid right here. As even though we do have our Sash broken on Great Tusk, Bellibolt's looking really tough for them to break through. Maybe Golden Go is the last, but even if it's Golden Go, I do have some tricks up my sleeve. If it's Golden Go, I Thunderbolt the Pelipper slot and probably just... yeah, I Thunderbolt the Pelipper slot, I switch to Torkoal. Because as long as I have the Great Tusk alive, I have pressure against the Golden Go, which is probably like the biggest threat. We're going to see the Dreadnought come out, okay? Gonna go out into my Torkoal here. It might be a bit obvious. I could also go Torkoal for the other slot, but for Bellibolt and like go for Close Combat, but I think I don't like that read at all, personally. So gonna go for a Thunderbolt into the Dreadnought and a... yeah, just gonna go for a Thunderbolt into Dreadnought. I think it's the way better option here. This is still potentially scary, but we'll find out. We are going to retreat the Dreadnought or the Great Tusk right here into Torkoal. Get the sun up. Let's see. I think Pelipper retreats. The question is Dreadnought protects, because if the Dreadnought protects, then it's an interesting game right here. We do see the Pelipper retreat. This might be a Golden Go here. Oh, it's Iron Hands. That makes the game a lot easier then. Okay. They do protect. Good play on their part. Okay. So we Thunderbolt what was the Dreadnought slot. The only problem is I don't want to tear the Bellibolt. Gotta figure this out. I don't really need Torkoal Sun at all in this game, so I kind of am tempted to just go for a Yawn into Dreadnought and go for a Thunderbolt here into the Dreadnought slot. Because this could be Rock Slide Fake Out. Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case, and I think that's okay here. Okay, we're going to get the charge. Rock Slide. Maybe I should have went Great Tusk. Great Tusk would have been an also okay play. But let's see. Please get the Yawn off. If I don't get the Yawn off, it's actually pretty bad. Okay. Oh, wait, no, that's Bellibolt. Oh, no. That's awful, actually. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's so bad for me. I think that's just game losing. If I had to Yawn, I could at least force a mind game with the Dreadnought. Now it's like, I think Might be game over. Might be game over. I think I have to make a read here. I'm gonna go for a parabolic charge here. Does that even knock out the Dreadnought? I should with the charge, right? My hope here is to hope that the Pelipper comes in and they go for liquidation into the Bellibolt. That's like my only hope, I think. Man, that's such a bad... That was such a bad flinch. That was such a bad flinch, okay. Because I still think I had outs. But now I just don't. Bellibolt will come in. And Tera water. Looks like no switches, so... Concerned. They protect, okay. Hey, they drain punch. Oh, yeah, this is over. This is 100% over. Parabolic charge into the Iron Hands. It's just not going to be enough, unfortunately. Yeah, I like heal off nothing. Then this is probably... Maybe if I dodge a Rock Slide? I'm going hard in a Torkoal right here. And Parabolic Charge. I'm hoping that they're going to misplay here, I think, and go for a Pelipper switch and a Rock Slide, which I think is pretty likely. Because of the fact that... I hope I live a Rock Slide. That's my big thing here. Torkoal in. Oh. Wait, hold on. If I went for Headlong Rush, but... It didn't work out anyway. It didn't work out anyway, unfortunately. I do think that flinch was really bad for us. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay. KO the Dreadnought. If we KO the Dreadnought, we win. KO the Dreadnought and we win. KO the Dreadnought and we win. Come on, Bellibolt. Oh, let's go. No way. Bellibolt the GOAT. I can't believe that. I can't believe they actually volt switched and did that play. Holy cow. That was so risky too because of my Headlong Rush. I think like the Pelipper play made a lot of sense and maybe like a liquidation or a Rock Slide, but... Oh. Bellibolt with the clutch parabolic charge. That's insane. That's actually insane. Iron Hand's gonna come in. But I win with Great Tusk. I'm gonna go for a Yawn into the Iron Hands, and we're gonna go for a Muddy Water right here. Look at all the HP Bellibolt that killed too. I cannot believe that was one, man. I thought that flinch was it because like I had an idea with Yawn and like figuring out a pin position. What the heck is going on right now? We have an Electro to Houndoom, a Azumarill, Dragonite, Fluttermane, and Grimmsnarl. Don't know what this team is exactly. I am a little bit concerned. But I really do like Roy Moon here. The Brutal Swing is, of course, a very solid option here. I actually do really like Bellibolt too. With that Assault Vest, we could actually go pretty insane with this Bellibolt. So... it does help out a lot against this Azumarill. So I kind of like it. I'm going to try out Roy Moon plus the Bellibolt combination here. And then in the back, I like the Fluttermane a lot, especially next to the Torkoal with that speed. So the only things I think I have to worry about, screens is going to be a little bit annoying from the Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is definitely a Pokemon I just have to worry about a bit. The Fluttermane as well. Fluttermane is also a concern. And I guess Azumarill, depending on like if they are actually... I don't know how they would be able to set up Belly Drum. I guess they could fake out. Oh, if they lead Grimmsnarl or Azumarill, I guess that'd be really bad. But I don't know. Belly Drum on this team, we'll see. Like Belly Drum on Azumarill is pretty much non-existent. But Grimmsnarl, Dragonite, very, very solid for me here. Okay. A Bellibolt and Roy Moon will lead here. Okay. So I really like the idea of just going for the... Ooh, I got quite a few options here, don't I? So I am threatened by Spirit Break, and I do recognize that. I could power up my Roy Moon here and do a lot of damage. Actually, I think the Terrifier Breaking Swipe into Dragonite is super solid and just going hard in a Torkoal immediately. I like the idea of just, one, my Terrifier on my Roy Moon is just super solid in general, I think, because I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage to the Grimmsnarl. I like the idea of just not taking so much damage from Spirit Break. I could go for the KO into the into the Grimmsnarl with the Tera Fire plus the Tera Blast if it does KO. But the only problem that I don't like is if the Dragonite gets to set up here for free. So I'd rather just lower this damage output. This could also just be Reflect, and I'd be in a really bad spot, I think, if I target the Grimmsnarl on a Reflect plus like a Dragon Dance from the Dragonites. So I'd rather just go for the Breaking Swipe and go for like a mid-ground play right here. So we're going to see Fake Out into the Roaring Moon. Oh, man. Fake Out. Wasn't expecting that one. And it is Dragon Dance, though. Okay. So I didn't really lose too much right here. I'm going to go for a Clear Smog Protect probably into the Dragonite here. And that just seems super safe. And yeah, I just don't want to be like vulnerable right now to anything that the Dragonite can go for, like a Tera. I think Torkoal should be able to live a Tera Blast. I'm more worried about Extreme Speed going out into the Roaring Moon because that would be a little bit terrifying. They don't go for a Tera yet. Okay, I wonder. I don't think this is Protect here. Oh, it is Protect. Good play. They're getting me on a lot of turns here. All right. Spear Break into Torkoal. Really solid. Okay. They are actually really getting me right now. They are actually destroying me right now. Okay. I feel like I should still cover. I think I should still cover, though. I think this could be E-Speed still. I'm going hard Flutter Mane. I'm going for the Clear Smog into the Dragonite. I could get screwed here. I could get screwed. This could be Thunder Wave plus like a Tera Blast, but I gotta make a read, right? And I have no idea which Dragonite this really is. It could be E-Speed, or it could just be the Tera Normal, or it could just be the Tera Fly. We'll find out this turn, I guess. Get the speed boost. We do see a Tera from the Dragonite. All right, this is a big moment of truth here. If it's Tera Normal, fantastic. If it's Tera Flying, I'm very concerned here. Nice, nice. Okay, that's really good for step one. At least be Extreme Speed into my nice. Okay, really good turn here. Really good turn here. And Spear Break into Torkoal. Beautiful, because I don't really care about the Torkoal right now. Perfect. Okay. So we get a Clear Smog off into the Dragonite. Excellent. So now it's only back to neutral. We break a potential multi-scale, which I have no idea if it is because we haven't really seen the damage. I can go for a Moonblast here in the Grimmsnarl. And I'm going to go for a Yawn into the Dragonite. Or I could Helping Hand Gleam here. Helping Hand Gleam isn't bad either. You know what? Helping Hand Gleam looks really good here. I am really worried about Thunder Wave, but like I don't have like mods that really take it anyway. So let's go for a Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam, which we do outspeed the Dragonite most likely anyway. Yeah, I like the Helping Hand Gleam option. Okay, give me the KO onto the Grim would be beautiful, as well as the Dragonite. I don't think we're KOing the Dragonite, but okay. Helping Hand Dazzling Gleam. Look at all that damage. Goodbye, Grimmsnarl, and this is a good spot. This is a very good spot. Dragon Dance going to come out again, but it doesn't matter. You can't hit my Flutter Mane right now, so really nice here. Okay. We're putting on so much pressure. I didn't want to go for Yawn because the chance that this is Lumberry Dragonite, I think, is extremely high, so I didn't think it was worth it. I just got to make sure the Dragonite's checked. Flutter Mane on their side. Oh, boy. What is your Photosynthesis? It is going to be Speed. All right. So you got to be Life Orb or Choice Specs. I'm max speed on the Flutter Mane. So I'm going to go for I go for Dazzling Gleam. And this is where it can get a little bit tricky. I kind of want to go for a Yawn, I think. Is that something? Or do I Helping Hand? I don't really want to put all my eggs in one basket. Because if I lose a Speed tie and it's like Life Orb or Choice Specs, I'm in a really bad spot. I think I'm just going to go for Yawn in the Flutter Mane. Let's see how this pins out. They go for Extreme Speed, which, okay, in a Torkoal, which should activate my Citrus Berry. Wow, that does so much damage. But with that Citrus Berry, we will be able to heal. I guess it's like Choice Banded damage, basically, because it's got that Drain Dance up. Okay. All right. It looks like we do have the fast Flutter Mane. We are able to KO the Dragonite. Crit onto the Flutter Mane. Imagine if I went for a Helping Hand there. That would have obliterated, but this is still a really good position anyway. Let's see if it's Shadow Ball or if it's Gleam. Oh, they went for Gleam, so like Speed Tide didn't even matter right there. It was Life Orb, so they could have went for Shadow Ball. I couldn't Tera. All right. Interesting choice, but I am able to go for a Yawn into the Flutter Mane right here. And Sun fades, so our Photosynthesis fades away. We know that they're not booster energy, so this is really, really solid right here. Let's find out what their last Pokemon is. Gonna be that Houndoom. Okay. I don't know what the heck Houndoom does. No idea. But I think I always save the Flutter Mane here. I'm gonna go out into my Bellibolt right here, and I'm gonna go for a Yawn into the Houndoom because I might as well, because Bellibolt can get charged. It's going to be able to threaten a knockout into the Flutter Mane afterward, and then I have like a bunch of resources for Houndoom, but battle's gonna be forfeit. I didn't even get to see what the Houndoom does, unfortunately. It just like fainted, or it basically came out and like the battle was over. Unfortunate. All right, let's go over to games. Game 1, I felt really strong about my plays overall, although I just needed to extreme speed the Talonflame instead of the Great Tusk, as I could have broken the multi-scale Dragonite or knock out the fast Talonflame. The critical hit did lose me the game automatically, but it would still been a mind game with the Great Tusk Protect and Flutter Mane target, as Talonflame could have Brave Birded or Tailwind my Flutter Mane if I targeted wrong. Game 2, the Tera Fairy Tera Blast is something I would have never expected turn 1, but thankfully I was able to deny Trick Room and get Flutter Mane in an amazing position to clean up the endgame. Only mistake was not tearing earlier with the Flutter Mane, as I could have gotten 2 knockouts. In game 3, I think I could have played this match more aggressively into the Excalibur with Shadow Ball, for instance, turn 1, and I did overestimate the Flutter Mane bulk. The flinch forced me in a very bad situation, but I think going hard Great Tusk was better for the Torkoal slot anyway, since it was Fake Out and Rock Slide when it was the Dreadnought plus the Iron Hands with the Fake Out Rock Slide combination. A Bellibolt was able to thankfully clutch up. Game 4, the first few turns went very poorly, but the Flutter Mane coming in on the extreme speed gave me a fighting shot and then was able to put on a lot of offensive pressure afterward. This team, oh man, it's crazy. The Roaring Moon's actually a really fun set. The Clear Amulet and the Terrifier makes so much sense to me now, and it's able to do so much damage. I wish I could have featured it more, but a lot of the games were just like 1 or 2 turns really when I was using the Roaring Moon and caught players off guard with that Terrifier, but oh man, it did put in a lot of work. Wish I could showcase it more, but that Bellibolt in that one game was absolutely crazy, and I feel like the team showcased how strong it was. If you do want to try it out, there's a rental code on the screen available, and you can check out David Koutesh and the details of the team down below in the description. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content.